Welcome everyone to Let's Reason. This is Oneil, and today we'll be discussing the topic of should Killer and Beenie Man receive their national honors of the Order of Distinction a bit sooner, and also should they have received it in separate years rather than together in the same year. Now, for those who may not be aware or familiar with the Order of Distinction, this is one of Jamaica's most prestigious national honors, awarded to individuals who have rendered outstanding and important services to Jamaica. So it's a big deal. So in October 2024, Killer and Beenie Man both were conferred with the honor at the same time. The two giants of dancehall, no doubt. But the debate is whether should they have received the honors together or individually, and if this recognition came too late. Let's dive into this. So first up, let's consider the point that both Killer and Beenie Man could have been recognized individually. It's no secret that they have basically been rivals for decades. The rivalry has been dated back from the early 1990s. But while they have mentioned together often, let's not overlook that they have both made separate and substantial contributions to Jamaican music and culture. So starting with Killer the Warlord, he's known for his hardcore street lyrics and for being the poor people governor. His music gave the voice of the underprivileged, and he's credited for launching careers of some of the biggest stars in dancehall, from Vybz Kartel to Mavado to Elephant Man. There's loads. So his influence on shaping the sound and message of dancehall is undeniable. Beenie Man, on the other hand, is known as the king of the dancehall. He brought a different energy, blending the street culture with a more international appeal. Beenie Man's ability to fuse genres and keep dancehall globally relevant earned him a Grammy Awards and international recognition. His hits like Oneil and The Girls Them Sugar has stand the test of time. So clearly, their careers, though connected, have individual significance. By giving them the award at separate times, some argue that it's kind of dilutes their personal achievements. Each of them deserve their own moment to be celebrated for their contributions, without being overshadowed by the other. A separate award in different years would basically allow Jamaica to honor these legends on two different occasions, maximizing the recognition and the spotlight on their solar legacies. On the other side of the debate, it's hard to talk about one without mentioning the other. Killer and Beenie Man has tied together for over 30 years, their rivalry being one of the most iconic rivalry in music, not just in dancehall. The two have had legendary clashes, from their lyrical battles on stage to their epic versus performance during the pandemic, where they came together to represent Jamaican music on a global stage. So because of their intertwined history, awarding them the award together almost seems poetic. Their battles elevate them both. Without Bunty's intense rivalry, would Beenie Man reach the height he reached, or vice versa? Perhaps in a way, giving them their honor at the same time symbolizes their shared contribution to Jamaica's music and culture in the Jamaican people's mind. It acknowledges their legacy or linked in the public's mind, and to award them in a different years might feel like an incomplete story. So now let's touch on the other major point in this debate. The fact that Bunty and Beenie should have been recognized long before 2024. These men have been pillars of the genre since the early 1990s, and by 2000 their influence has already extended beyond Jamaica, shaping the sound of the international pop and rap and dance music. Both men have been ambassadors for dancehall globally. One could argue that the Order of Distinction award could have been awarded a lot sooner to these men. After all, other artists and public figures in Jamaica has been given this award sooner that have done a lot less in their careers. Both Killer and Beenie Man have been on the front line of Jamaica's music for over 3 decades. Waiting until now to honor them might have been an oversight, one that failed to recognize the urgency of their contribution at a time when dancehall was becoming an international phenomenon. But let's not consider the idea that maybe this recognition at this stage in their careers is also fitting. So both Beenie and Bunty have gone through significant growth over the years, evolving not just as artists but as men. They have matured past their heated battles of their youth and now seen as elder statesmen in the genre. By receiving the award at this point, this reflects that it's not just their longevity but their ability to evolve and stay relevant for over the generations. Perhaps the award is more meaningful now when they have shown they can adapt, learn, and remain influential after all these years. So where do we stand on this? Was it the right move to give them the award at the same time? Should they have received this honor separately, and was it too late, or was it right on time? So I believe that their legacy are deeply connected, but they each deserve an individual moment to be honored for their own achievement, and recognizing them in separate years would have basically allowed us to basically acknowledge and celebrate them individually without one overshadowing the other. And yes, the award should have come years ago when their influence was already cemented globally. But at the end of the day, what is undeniable is that these two giants have done tremendous service to Jamaican culture, and we are grateful that they have finally gotten their flowers. Let's hope it opened the door for more recognition of dancehall pioneer to be given while they're still in their prime. So thank you for tuning in today, and drop your thoughts in the comments. And what do you think? Should Bunty and Beenie should have received these awards long time ago, or is it perfect timing for them? Or should they have received it in separate years rather than together, where we can celebrate them both individually rather than together at the same time? Thank you for tuning in, and keep blessed and stay blessed.